Specials at myplumperfect.com.
My Pillow presents Here's Your Masters of Love, Fred the Falcon and AJ with Beth Liebling. Brought to you by Darling Way and My Pillow.
And we're back. Beth Liebling joins us for Pillow Talk.
Hi, y'all.
How's it going?
Howdy.
So glad to be here. I'm really loving Wednesdays now. I
Yeah.
wake up
You
with a
enjoy this,
smile
huh?
on my face. I totally enjoy it.
That's good.
Yeah. Being surrounded by two really wonderful, awesome, smart, funny men. It doesn't get much better.
Who are you waking up next to?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Where am I now, though? Let's just start there. Can we don't need to go backwards.
Is there video of this, or is this all under wraps? I don't know.
I talk a lot, but
Beth, if you haven't checked out our place, man, you need to. Darling Way is at 3423 White Oak. It's just a few blocks east of Heights Boulevard. Not very far from the Christians where we hang out all the time. And she's open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Has all kinds of cool stuff. It's a very awesome place, and we're working on something special for the Blitzers there.
thank you so much. And if they come in, make sure they tell us that they're Blitzers. We love the Blitzers.
Yeah, see, and if you've got questions for her, you can call 713-780-3776, or you can hit us up on the text line. I know some people are a little too shy to get on air, but that's all right. We're going to start with some dating do's and don'ts, but can we? I posed this question to you because it came up earlier in the show that some of the stories were saying, Trump accused of perverted sex acts. Isn't the term pervert kind of in the eye of the beholder?
Always.
Would you consider that perverted?
I might consider it open. Maybe I like the term pervert. So for me, I guess that's not a negative. So
Okay.
I might say that, but it would be with a smile on my face. And as long as somebody's doing it with somebody else who's into it, then I'm good with that.
I'm asking for a friend, but like dressing up like a Roman gladiator and role playing, is that perverted?
Not if you do that every night, but if you've never done that, I guess it probably would be. But to me, it sounds like a great sense of humor.
What about masturbating to cartoons?
There are a lot of people who do that. So
Interesting.
I guess I don't. Perverted meaning a little bit different. It's just if people were really honest about what they're doing, you would be amazed how few things are, quote, perverted. Because really, if you're thinking it or doing it, somebody else is also doing it and thinking it. It's amazing.
But this is a really good question. And because this is something that a lot of people deal with when they're trying to get pregnant. As his wife and I are trying to get pregnant, and she's doing tests to tell when is the best time to have sex. Not very sexy or much fun. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things, and so many people are going through it now. Weirdly, I will tell you that the best chance of getting pregnant is if you're relaxed and if the woman orgasms. So those things are pretty hard to do when you're feeling it's under the gun. Perhaps the guy could help things out a little bit by having maybe his Roman gladiator costume at the ready. So when it's time, just throw it on, start laughing, make it silly, make it fun, stop thinking about the baby, and just laugh your butts off together and see what happens.
That's not easy, because I can remember that was a lot of pressure whenever you're trying to, because you've got to finish, you got to go to the rim and finish the deal here.
It can be very, very tough.
If you're finishing at the rim, it's probably not going to get her pregnant.
No, but
well, maybe if her
to,
climax was strong enough, maybe it would.
Maybe, I don't know.
But no, there absolutely is something to that, and I think for everybody there are different ways that we relax, but they need to find it. Maybe they need to watch a cartoon to start it off. Maybe there needs to be some stories involved. Maybe they need to just start talking ridiculously silly dirty to each other. I don't know what it is that can help them relax, but that's what's got to happen.
See, I would say alcohol, but if you're trying to get pregnant, that's not a good thing either.
That's not the move, yeah.
No.
Well, it's okay. I think it's okay to...
Until, right?
I think a lot of chicks actually get pregnant
because
when alcohol's involved.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
they do, right? Because
specifically, a lot of single chicks, it happens that way. So I would say it's okay to have alcohol like up until conception.
Right. Frankly,
have as much
little
alcohol
bit,
as you want.
Yeah.
Half a glass of red wine is not going to do anybody any harm, I think.
I'm talking about like
according to the
half a
doctors,
bottle of
but
Fireball.
Yeah.
That might do some
That'll
harm.
get you pregnant, I think.
Probably when you least want it.
Well,
that's just the way. But you're right, because alcohol frees us up and we relax more, and that's what aids in conception. It's ridiculously ironic.
All right, we promised the people some do's and don'ts for dating, and I know you've prepared some things that will help the people out. So let's help these people out.
All right, so my first suggestion, and I know it's a basic, but gosh, it's amazing how many bad dates people have been on and stuff. So showering before a date. Being clean.
That's something you have to tell people?
Yes.
I never do that. So.
Yes. I know.
That's a shame.
Isn't that pretty funny? But
it seems like a basic thing to me.
It seems like it would, but or shaving for men, right? Sometimes they just think that scruffy look is totally in, and really what it makes somebody feel like is that they weren't important enough for them to spend 5 minutes in the bathroom mirror. So, yeah, I think those.
What about
are
like me? You can tell that I've groomed.
Yes.
But I still have some scruff. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's the grooming part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not just going in like looking like a werewolf.
No, right? When it starts going up and it's, growing up your eyeballs and
Okay.
stuff, then you start thinking, hey, dude, is this
Like
a
when
date or are you just...
when your beard is connected to your chest hair, that's not good, right?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
right.
good.
Right.
Okay.
And the same thing with your attire, right? What you're wearing right now, you're wearing a T-shirt
this is
and
not
everything.
date material.
Not date material,
No.
right? But some people go so far, they think they're on a date and they want to act like they don't care too much. They don't want to be too invested. God, I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard,
Right,
God
I
forbid.
get that.
And they look like slobs, and that's not right. Way better to be somebody who's willing to take a chance and tries to put their best foot forward by dressing up just a little bit. Match the scene, right? You don't want to go into a...
Go with a polo. I always say is a good date move. You don't have to be in dress clothes.
Yeah, right.
But like a jeans and a polo, I even feel are acceptable for a date.
They would be without... Let's at least put some Docksiders on or something, not just sneakers, right? Or don't have
Right.
big holes in your jeans unless they're really
Yes.
styling jeans and your shirt is really,
Okay.
top notch or something. But
Yeah.
yes, put a little bit of thought into it. Don't look like you're just going to have a beer with your buddies and watch TV in somebody's basement.
Boots for dates. Versatile footwear.
Boots can be good.
Plus
They're
they
totally
make you look
hot.
taller.
Yeah, easy to get off
Yeah.
if you need to get them off, and easy to find in the morning.
There you go. And the other thing, okay, so I'll ask you guys. So how do you know? Because in our gender stereotyped world, usually it's the guy that's responsible for making the first move at the end of the date. How do you know whether to kiss a woman or not on a first date? Or second date or a third date, I guess. Right?
On a first date, I mean, I haven't had a first date, and I don't even know how long, but I think the move is to not kiss on the first date in general. I think that then if you have a second date, clearly she's interested, at least to some extent.
So how do you say goodbye on the first date?
Hug, a handshake, or like a
You would handshake? AJ, you would handshake.
Yeah, or
that's so cute.
Maybe
that's very polite.
Maybe like a hug, but like the top half hug,
Kind of the half hug. Yeah. Not the full on
It can be
push
a-
your breasts up against me hug.
It could be a frontal hug,
Yeah.
but only where your shoulders touch. Like if your waists are touching, that's not a first date hug.
That's not.
That'll creep a chick out probably.
Oh.
See, I have a third date rule. And I've been out of the game now for a while, but if nothing had happened by the third date, it wasn't going to happen.
I'm kind of like that on the second date. Like so,
You're a little more impatient.
This
than
is me. I don't try to kiss on the first date,
Okay.
and if I try for a kiss on the second date and it's not happening, like if you found my company enjoyable enough to go out with me twice to dinner, and I've bought a couple meals or a movie, but you don't feel comfortable enough to touch mouths with me, there's probably not going to be a third date.
And do you wait till the end of the second date before you try and touch mouths?
More than likely, yeah. Unless there's some great moment that presents itself. I mean,
Do you touch before that? Does the
yeah,
woman
you
get
can
some
throw
sign?
some touch out there to see if.
Okay.
I mean, that's the only way to gauge interest. And you could, I mean, if the touch is reciprocated, then you could tell the date's going well. If you touch them and they act like you are a snake, you may not even want to try the kiss at the end of the night.
We're both pretty good poker players. You can get a good read on somebody real easily that, oh no, she thinks you're a disgusting troll versus, oh yeah, this is happening. It's pretty easy to tell. You can tell from the facial reactions. And body ticks, and the fact that they're running and screaming is usually a good sign.
That would do it.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, what the hell is this? Hey, can you hang around for a minute?
Of course.
I want to do a little more here, but right now I got to tell you about, here's a perfect thing to lead into this, because, guys, if you're not going to shave on the date, you're not going to get any. But if you go to Harry's, guess what? You're going to get a great razor. You're going to get it at a ridiculously low price. You're going to look clean shaven, and your date's going to go really well. And for decades, one big razor companies relentlessly increased prices, reaped immense profits at the expense of their customers. But Jeff and Andy were tired of getting ripped off. They started their own factory. And guess what? By taking less profit and selling directly to you over the internet, they offer their blades at half the price. That's just $2 a blade compared to the $4 or more you'll pay anywhere else. And these blades are fantastic. They upgraded them this year. They were great before. Now they're even better. They didn't raise the price. Now try going to the store where you got to go and unlock the damn thing to get them out of there, and you pay too much money. Why don't you just have them delivered right to you? And they're so confident in the quality of their blades, they want you to try their shave set for free. You heard that right. Just cover shipping when you sign up. That's their entire shave set for free. Plus, as a special offer just for the Blitzers, go to harrys.com right now and enter code FOUR at checkout to get a post-shave balm also free. That's harrys.com, code FOUR, FAOUR, harrys.com.
I love to hold you close tonight and always. I love to wake up next to you. So we'll piss off the neighbors.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5.
I don't blame it, Don.
All right, we're back. Beth Liebling with us from Darling Way. She's also a former Houston family law attorney, so she knows the legal stuff, too, in addition to the sex stuff. 409 says, my wife and I had sex on our first date, been married 31 years. I'm not saying I don't have it on the first date.
It can happen.
God. You know that halfway through the date, though, that's happening.
Do you cut? I'd say cut the date short, but what do you do if you figure it out halfway through?
Check, please.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you want to go back? I got some great alcohol at my place. Boom, done.
Do people still judge a woman if she sleeps with somebody on their first date? There's that stereotype. I don't know if it's really true.
Yeah, like obviously when I was dating, I was never opposed if a girl was if she was open to that. But if I were looking for like a legitimate relationship, I don't know that I'd go back into that. Like, I don't know if I don't know if I'd totally scratch it off the list. Mm-hmm. But I feel like maybe I would. That'd be in the con side for like wife material.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Right?
It's kind of weird
because once you're married, you think, oh, I really want somebody who wants to jump in the sack with me all the time.
Yeah, but you also have to think about like, well, I mean, she probably had another first date 2 weeks ago, and then maybe 2 weeks before that, and then it's like,
Yeah, but that's okay, because if you had 2 weeks ago and 2 weeks before that, women were willing to sleep with you on the first date, that would have been okay.
Any woman who wants to sleep with me on the first date shouldn't be looking at me as husband material either. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, see, it never really bothered me because I never went into anything thinking, oh, this is somebody I want to marry. I just kind of rolled around until
until you got married.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah,
but that's I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, I don't know. I just think people ought to be straight about it, because it seems to me if you're out with somebody as a woman and you're very attracted to them, and there's part of you that really just wants to sleep with them and thinking that's going to be all great, but then you actually really like them too. There's this war that goes on in our heads. Oh, well, if I sleep with him, he's not going to, quote, respect me. But boy, I really would like to. So then you end up saying no. It's so silly.
Go with oral sex on the first date.
Oh, right.
Good idea.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that one.
Great equalizer.
Yes, perfect.
Because now that's something a guy does.
That's what you're
going to
teach your daughters, right?
I have 2 sons and I've gotten snipped, so that's what I'm going to teach them.
But that game you're talking about, from a guy's perspective, you send mixed signals. And it's like, yeah, I think she likes me, but it's like, you know what? I can't do it. I'm not going to wait around for this because I'm not really sure.
Yep, but women can't win. We either we get put in this position where we're forced to choose between good girl or slut. I don't know how you win that one.
I like it when established good girls do kind of slutty stuff.
So if they assured you that they'd never done a one-night stand or slept with somebody on the first date, but you were so special they want to sleep with you, then that would be possible wife material?
Idiot. I'm just saying, like, that's just something I like. I like the girls next door who you can talk into doing something a little bit naughty. And it can't come easy because that's a red flag.
Uh-huh.
But if she's like, oh, I've never done this before, and then she's like, oh, by the way, when you're back there, do this and this and this. It's like, okay, maybe.
Grab the ponytails,
Right.
Yeah, whip me, yeah.
Put that foxtail in me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's so cute. Right. That would be awesome.
Tie the foxtail to my ponytail. Like, that's a red flag for me on the first date.
That's bad. There are hooks for that, actually. Way better than the foxtail. Okay. Right. You don't want to mess up that pretty foxtail. Right. You want to use an appropriate hook. And that'll hold.
I didn't know those existed.
Oh, yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
all right, we have Nathan on the line. Who has a
a call?
Yeah, we have a call. Nathan's not shy. I love that. I love when the Blitzers aren't afraid to come call and talk. What's up?
Sports, guys.
Sports to you.
Hey, so I've been listening to you guys and laughing and cutting up, but my wife and I actually met to be friends with benefits. And it took maybe 3 weeks, and we've been together ever since. We've never even spent a single day apart.
That's wonderful.
It was never intended to be anything more than just have fun, and it's now been 8 years.
Oh,
so
congratulations!
It's an awesome feeling to have that. But like before her, I was horrible relationships, and I'm like Fred. Nope, not on the first time, but it happened with her, and I'm not looking back. So I just wanted to comment and say I like this part of the show, actually. It makes it kind of changes up the mood a little bit. So thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you. Isn't it just a matter of communication? I mean, that to me is the simplest thing. If you just say, look, this isn't happening the first day, but I really want to see you again.
Oh,
Can you just say that?
Oh.
And I'm good with that. But I also prefer people's like, look, dude, you're a disgusting troll. I'm never sleeping with you. Okay, fine. I like hanging out with you. But that's okay. I'm probably scratching you off my list. But it doesn't come down to just being honest with each other.
Yeah, but there are so few people who are really, frankly, honest when it comes, especially to our sexual, sensual needs, wants, and desires. That's part of why we're here. That's why Darling Way is here. If everybody could be that straight, then you wouldn't have to worry. You would believe someone on a date when they said, I haven't had sex in however long. Right. I've never had sex, but really, I like you so much. You're turning me on. I really want this. You could believe that. Instead, we play all these games and dances, and we judge and we stereotype, and we're guessing. But I'm with you, Fred. If everybody would just start being really honest, that would be pretty awesome.
Well, see, I got pretty good at being honest after, I think, the second divorce, simply because I'm old and I'm going to die soon. So there's no reason to BS. We got a couple more calls for you. Cruz.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing sports.
Hey, how you doing?
Again, sports.
Go, man.
Hey, now.
Ask your question.
Hello?
Yes, you're on. Ask your question.
Hey, how you doing? No, not a question really, but I heard one of y'all say you get married to get laid more, but that's so not true. Because my single days, way more better. And anyways, but as a guy, ladies, we just want to say for most of us guys, I had a pretty successful dating career, and we just like it when you're more honest, more open. Tell us what y'all want. The most sexiest thing I ever heard a woman tell me was, let's just enjoy each other until we stop enjoying each other. And I think if y'all just, the question always comes out in the first day, well, what are you looking for? And if you just tell them, hey, why don't we just go with tonight and find out after tonight? And I think that doesn't make you look like a slut. It makes you know what you want, more assertive. And usually that falls into 30s categories. So that's it.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'll tell you, though, I think you said you were married.
Yeah, wait, he's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore. No. Okay. So I'm thinking that when he was dating, he was trying a lot harder, too, which is part of what happens, right? When you get married, sometimes we don't try quite so hard to make it as romantic or exciting for the person we're with. But if we could all, I think, be honest, which means the men have to be more honest, too, and we have to stop judging behavioral,
this is not
perverted
It's
concepts.
not possible for me. I just need women to be honest and just deal with me being a total liar.
That would be the world of AJ, the ideal world. Right, okay.
Some of us like double standards. It's fine. All right, one more. Daniel.
Hey guys, y'all were talking about that first date thing.
Yeah.
And two things that I didn't, never even thought about on a first date. I always started a date with a hug and ended it with a kiss on every first date I've ever been on. But my wife now, she shook my hand when I first met her. I went in for the hug and she shook my hand. And then at the end of the date, we were like probably 3 hours just sitting in the parking lot after the movie. And I thought she gave me every indication she wanted me to kiss her. And I went in to kiss her and she kind of like pulled away, but made it playful, so I wasn't embarrassed. But we've been together for 7 years, got 2 kids, been through everything possible. But that still sticks out. That first date, those 2 things I never even thought of, but that caught me off guard. But I really appreciated them. So just throwing that out there. I don't know if anybody's ever had that happen to them, but.
Yeah, I feel like especially, if you're going on a date with someone who you already know, like from your circle of friends, a hug's an acceptable open to the date. But if you're if you're set up with someone for the first time ever and you're just meeting them, a hug is inappropriate.
I think it depends on you. I tend to hug. I really like hugs. So if I've texted or chatted, if I've agreed to meet somebody there, even if they're a friend of my friends and it's a blind date, I generally would just do... Yeah, but just as a way of saying, hey, I'm glad to be here, because I'm not just...
Taking it full circle, if you don't shower before the date, I wouldn't go in for the hug if I were you guys.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I would agree.
Well, so can I tell you I actually did a blog I totally forgot about a long time ago about dating do's and don'ts. And my last one was bonus points. Bonus points on a date if you haven't had sex with somebody else before the date.
Like right before or?
Enough that the person you're going out with can tell that you've had sex with somebody else.
Oh, no. That's not good.
It's going to eliminate a lot of possibilities.
Who would think that? But apparently now, so I tell people that. Yeah.
Okay. That's...
I know that I've done something right when I've actually silenced both of you.
Yeah. You got me there.
Yeah.
That's, I would imagine a woman that would be a turnoff.
Well,
wait.
Depends on the woman.
Did I tell you it was that a man had done this?
Oh, I thought that's what you were insinuating. Because you said at the beginning, guys, make sure you shower.
Right. But this time I just said bonus points for anybody.
Okay.
All
right. Well, now we know.
Yeah, I don't know how well, unless there's video, I don't know how I'd feel about somebody who just had sex coming and hanging out with me.
Would you really, like your first date, she's like, oh, hey, I want to show you what happened 20 minutes ago. I don't need that video either. I mean, that's...
It's like, well, let's see if we can top that. All right. That's Beth Liebling from Darling Way. Go by and check out her shop. And, guys, if you want to go ask her these questions in person, take your significant other and just tell her you heard about it on the Blitz, and she'll take care of you. 3423 White Oak. And, if you're too embarrassed to call in, then you can go see her. Very cool place. All right. Thanks for coming, Beth. Always appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And yeah, nobody should be embarrassed at Darling Way.
We will.
Thank you so much for having me. It's fun.
Our pleasure.
That was Pillow Talk, presented by Darling Way and MyPillow. Visit MyPillow.com and use code ESPNQB for a buy one, get one free deal.
So we'll piss off the neighbors in the place that feels the tears, the place you lose your fears, yeah, reckless behavior.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5.